Hello, good evening.
All
Anything
right.
to say,
Well, I'm
Paulie?
just going to move on a little bit, but I can't believe, oh my word, how bad my hair is.
Paul was due to get a haircut on, when was it? Friday, and then we got so busy, and then we're busy with the
It's terrible. Look
weekend,
at
and
it.
it is a little bit longer than it needs to be. You just need to go back to Suva, mate, and get that man to give you a
I
blade.
just made it worse.
Anyway,
Look at
oh
that.
dear. Anyway, good evening, everyone. Don't worry about it. Nobody will notice,
Is there a
Paulie.
hat I can put on?
Nobody will notice. Oh dear. So we're here as always to talk about cruise and travel
And my hair.
well, yeah, and that. And also to let you know, we have booked a very, very exciting cruise that we are really thrilled about, aren't we, Pauline?
We are.
So start getting your guesses in the comments. Just see if anyone can guess, and we can have a look and we can see. Because
And if you're on the members live last night, you're not allowed to guess.
Yes, we had our members, our YouTube members, and Patreon live. So no, because they already know, because they obviously get to know everything first. So yes, none of those can say. So anyone that wasn't there, then please pop your comments. And nobody, all you lovely members, then please.
If anybody spoils it, I'll smack your legs.
Right. So are you happy now with your hair?
No, it's terrible. I don't know what's going on.
So let's see who was first here today. Nick and Tracy. So always lovely to see you guys. And Patty is here from Cassia Creek in British Columbia. Very, very nice. BC. And also Kevin. So 2 Canadians and a Brit in the room to start with. So that's all awesome. But Patty said she was a little bit early because I think we arrived to the party an hour early. Be back in a while. Yeah, so these are from 6 o'clock, these comments. So let's see who else is don't you just love time changes? You know how we love time changes. We're always
we don't even know what they are. Yeah, we don't change our times anymore because they'll come back to the same time eventually.
It always sorts out. So Nick and Tracy said, if you have a question, please start with a question, then please do. And don't forget to hit the like button. That'd be awesome if you can do that too. So let's have a look to see. Hey, so Rose is here. So I wonder what Rose had. Was it carrot?
It was carrot and something, but I'm just looking at that.
Here, my second bake of the week is grapefruit muffins. First was carrot muffins. Grapefruit. Interesting.
I'm not sure. Is that pink grapefruit? Is it sweet? Because I always think of grapefruit as being a bit sour.
Could be, but then you think of like lemon cake and stuff's lovely, isn't it? It's just a citrus. So I bet that's awesome.
Well, I'm not disputing that anything Rose makes is going to be fabulous, but I don't think I've ever heard of grapefruits being used in bacon. And I'm sure the answers have come flooding in. And I'm amazed that Carole hasn't said, well, there's a grapefruit up and down.
Do you know, I don't know.
Oh, I'm trying to think we're off to a good start. It's only 3 minutes in and she has to agree with me.
I know a pineapple.
She's forced to agree with me.
I am forced to agree with you. And it's Chris Moran. Not our cousin Chris. Yes. Good evening. Just checking if I quickly eat my dinner before the live. Now we actually met up with our real Chris Moran.
Not that you're not the real Chris Moran, but you'll always not be the real Chris Moran, but you're still Chris Moran. But yes, unfortunately, we did meet the real Chris Moran, not under the best circumstances because his father passed away.
My uncle.
But we gave him a lovely send off. So
we really did, and it was lovely catching up, wasn't it? But yeah, very sad, but. So Jill's here. So obviously Jill and Catherine's here.
Evening, Catherine.
Catherine's had a problem with her hand, but it's all getting better. She even got a thumbs up, looking raring to go. So that's awesome.
And that's the actual picture of her hand.
It's all healed up. It is. And Barbara's saying she's saying hello from a very sunny High-Clefon today.
So I know everything in the world's right already. So I'd be happy now just to finish this live now because I know that Rose has made grapefruit muffins. And it's sunny in High-Clefon.
Exactly.
That's
so
all.
The world is good.
Everything is right in the world.
Andy and Carla here saying evening all. Second live of the week for now. It's just me. Andy's watching football. Yes, unfortunately, I've got to put up with that afterwards. So
well, Andy can't be watching Man United in Europe, can he?
I don't know what match is on now.
They didn't qualify for Europe because Tottenham not beat them.
Oh, do you want to tell that to everyone?
No, because I'm in no position to. I just said to Carole, Man United aren't playing in Europe because Tottenham beat them in the Europa League final. But obviously next season, Tottenham will be playing in the Johnson's Paint Trophy final.
Probably. Amanda's here, so you
Yeah,
talk
sorry,
about football
Amanda.
to- yeah,
Yes.
sorry, Amanda.
But it's what to say. He
Ah.
who laughs last laughs longest.
Yes.
And I'm sure that Amanda is home now laughing at
Yes.
Tottenham's smelly old demise.
Exactly. So let's see who's got a
But
question.
I don't think she will, actually, because she's better than me.
She's
a better person
She
than I am,
is.
and she wouldn't do that. What's going on?
So Morris is here. So good evening, everyone. Question: you remind us about your worst embarkation on Facebook today. I did. I was every day I've been trying to put just a video out or something on our Facebook. Just oh my god, mate. Just to anyway.
Can't concentrate.
No, I can't.
Thrown her
the
completely.
embarkation which was on Iona, wasn't it? Back in the day, in the COVID days. We also had a bad one on that day. We had to wait 3 hours for Sally's COVID test. And yes, which never came through. So that's just a night. It was just
that was a
we have forgotten about how obviously COVID seems like a eternity away,
lifetime ago. Now, just to go on to that before you go on to the other one, what made that bad embarkation even better, even more bad, even worser, as I would have said as a child, that's worser, that is, was the fact, no, it's not as terrible, but I was a child and I didn't know any better, was the fact that there was a coach full of people who had to do their COVID tests, and then, despite the fact that they hadn't actually got the results, they let the people on the ship. And then it got to 5 o'clock and we hadn't sailed, and it got to 6 o'clock and we hadn't sailed. And then at 8 o'clock, these names were read out. And it was everybody that was on the coach because 2 people had tested positive. Now, bearing in mind that the 50-odd people that was on the coach had been mingling with everybody, they'd been going to the main dining room, they'd been having a beer, they'd been doing this, been doing that, but something else. They made every single one of them, not just the 2, get off the cruise. What the actual? Yeah,
it was such a difficult time, wasn't it? And I do think we've forgotten all about that. And we take so much for granted now. We got back into the moaning ways, haven't we? And then we were just grateful to be getting on a ship. So it's a good reminder, isn't it, that things can change very quickly. So live in the moment, but be thankful every day that we've got these opportunities and we're able to cruise and travel now so freely. Because we do forget that.
Are we able to go cruise and travel?
We do it down. We do it down.
Let's see what I did. I got an advert, free advert. But interestingly, and then you can go on to our, which I think was the worst one because there was no pandemics involved.
Because Morris was asking, what's your best embarkation?
Yeah, but I've got fond memories of after you went through the drive-through COVID thing. Worst drive-through ever, because usually you at least get a burger at the end of it, don't you? But there was no burger. And then you would have to wait and get your test result. But the signal in the car park at Southampton was terrible. And I can remember a man standing on the on the roof of his virtually brand new Range Rover.
With his hand in the air.
£100,000 plus, but obviously, you know, he could afford it, so whatever. Stood on the roof of his Range Rover with his arm up, trying to open the text would come through.
Yeah.
Happy times.
Yes. Like you say, we're grateful that we don't have to do that.
Best one ever.
We've had some really swift. Our best embarkations have been in Southampton.
Yeah.
We've sometimes been, and I've Cunard pumps into my head. Jumps. Something pumps. And we've had some really swift one within sort of 15 minutes. Another embarkation that's jumping in my head, which was another worst, was Azamara in Singapore.
We've had a few.
Morris is asking for best.
It's definitely going to be. I've got a feeling it was one of the princess ones out of Southampton. And what I will say, and I big them up all over the world to anybody I speak to, the team at Southampton, the embarkation team, are second to none. They're the best in the world.
They do. They're on it, aren't they?
I don't care who wants to argue with me. You're wrong. Because they're so good. And if you know Carole's not arguing.
No, I agree.
They are fabulous.
We've had a few waits at Southampton in the past, but that was just due to medical emergencies and things, was it? It wasn't due to sort of, I think the way they process people through there is always been pretty slick.
Yeah, I do. I think it's fabulous.
And it doesn't really matter which terminal you're at, does it?
That's right.
It seems to be.
So we're going to go for Sky Princess or something like that, Morris.
Yeah. And Cunard, I know we've been on very quick. And not always in the time slots that were originally said. But Gil and Sandra here, so love to see you guys.
We are both well, thank you.
Let's see. Jan's at Jan3873 is saying, I wonder if the picture with PNC on deck is sign of their next cruise. Looks like P&O Aurora. Yeah, so the thumbnail
Aurora?
Aurora. Did I say Aurora?
Is that P&O's next ship? Has Carole just let slip what P&O's new ship's going to... They haven't got a new ship coming out as far as I know, but if they have, it's going to be called Aurora. Remember, you heard it here first. Not all these news channels, not the one who comes on giving you daily news, Paul and Carole, who talk a load of waffle, P&O Aurora.
So it was that picture, we were quite right, because that beautiful aft on P&O Aurora. I said Aurora, didn't I?
Well, just about.
Just about.
Just about.
So, but no. So that fooled you, look, that fooled you.
Yes.
Okie dokie. Ken and Lindsay are drinking buddies from the weekend, and the women were victorious in the cards. Not this time.
A lawyer.
Not this time. Not this time.
Yes. Not only weren't they victorious, they got properly whooped.
We did, but it was good fun, wasn't it? We had a great weekend. As always with Ken and Lindsay, we just laugh so much. Just talk about all sorts and just laugh. It's just so easy.
We went to pubs we hadn't been to for years.
We did. We were doing some research for our.
I mean, not any. Even I don't believe it, and I was there. But genuinely, we were doing research for where to hold some meetups,
some Patreon and YouTube meetups that we're going to be holding in Gloucester. So Ken and Lindsay were very instrumental in that.
And they made sure they tried lots of different drinks.
They did. We didn't go too mad. We did the first night. Friday was first night, isn't it, when you get together? But the second night we were very, very civilized. Right, everyone's saying hello.
Is that what you think?
Oh, I think.
How many drinks did you think you had then on Saturday?
Well, we still had a few, but
3.
Anyway, right then. So let's see. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Where have we got a question? Lynn's here as well. So let's see, Lynn. Good evening, Carole and Paul. Gail's been making gingerbread biscuits this week. Oh, very nice. We've been really good. Well, not so the weekend, but in between not being very good, we've been very, very good, haven't we, Paul? So we've been back on it, trying to lose a few pounds before our next cruise.
I'm hoping to lose a stone before our next cruise, which will still put me about 3 stone overweight. But that's better than 4 stone overweight.
You could done over 7 pounds already, haven't you?
About half of,
So that's good.
And I'm going for a run tomorrow. Well, I'm not going to go for a run tomorrow. I'm just going to fall out the door like I did a couple of days ago.
Yeah, but you've become really clumsy, haven't you? I didn't see this, but Paul went out to the garden to put the green bin out. Much to his disgust, it's now gone up to £60, hasn't it, for a green bin? But anyway, we decided to carry on with it because I do a lot of garden, so it's very useful.
Can I just point out?
What?
You're saying much to my disgust. It wasn't my disgust. There was lots of people. You were talking to lots of people, and they were, I can't believe it's gone up to this money. And you said to me, is that right? The green bin's gone up to 65 quid. I said, no, I think it's 60 quid. Why? And you said, well, lots of people have been moaning about it. For once, I didn't actually moan about it. It was other people. But you're so used to me moaning.
I am.
That you automatically, I'm the default setter.
1 year, he refused to pay the green bin.
Oh, my God.
I said, this is going to be a disaster. So every time I asked him, can we please take this down the tip, he ranted. So in the end, I said, look, whatever the green bin's going to cost,
the car was constantly full of trees.
It was.
And then I realised, this is cars you're trying to sell now. So, and it was £30 at the time.
Tight. Anyway,
I pay it now though, don't I?
You do pay it now. So Catherine's saying, anyway, so he fell out the door. He fell out the door in the conservatory and went down like a lump in the garden, and I missed it.
A lump. Carole's gutted.
I was
said, how dare can you just do that again so I'm videoing it so we can put it out as a reel?
No, I wouldn't want to video something like that.
You would, mate. I bet it was awesome. I wish I'd have had a video of it.
So Catherine's saying, question, non-cruise, pork pie or one of the fancy topped or flavoured ones? See, just a standard pork pie. We were having a sausage conversation, weren't we, with Ken and Lindsay on the weekend? Yeah, but we all agree we just want a pork sausage, a normal pork sausage. Lots of people love all these sausages that got black pudding in and different stuff, and they're nice for the odd occasion, but a good proper banger just needs to be pork, doesn't it? I think
it does, and.
So for me, just a normal pork pie is the winner.
Ken is more refined than us because he's, he comes from better stock, and We don't. We
Ah.
like a proper old transport calf sausage. The closest it's come to a pig is when the van's driving past the field, and it's full of hooves and beaks and sawdust, like a Richmond or something like that. Sorry, Richmond, but I'm sure there's a lot of meat in your sausage. But we love them. And if they're too meaty, and my brother's the same, if you've got a sausage and it's too meaty, and does people know what I mean when I say that? You think it's almost like eating meat, but not in a good way. And it's, oh, that's too meaty for me. But back to pork pie, I do like a Mountain Mowbray pork pie now. Are you considering that, Catherine, as a fancy topped one? Because technically they are a bit latticey and they are, they are the king of the pork pie. What have you got to say about that?
Well,
but it's still standard
yes.
in the middle. And then I follow a man on TikTok now, and he's an American guy, and he goes all around the UK eating food. And he said, I want it because in America, you get all the silly billies who think that our food's rubbish. Now, I know there's Americans in here now, and they know it's not because they're well-traveled. But the ones that aren't so well-traveled, they just assume that all we do is sit at home all day eating beans on toast. And we do some great food. And this guy is going around the whole of the UK bucking the trend about our food. And he goes everywhere, and he does the normal things, fish and chips and roast dinners and stuff like that. But then he'll find a little cake shop in a little village in Wales, and he'll have a custard slice and things like that. All the stuff that everybody loves, but he just tries to find the best one. And then he tried the other day a pork pie, but he said, I like my pork pies hot. Because what it does, he said, that jelly, because you've got to have the jelly in it, otherwise it's not really a pork pie. That jelly, it liquefies and it moistens all the inside of the pie. Why are you
talking like seductive?
I feel like a male Nigella. But I thought, do I need to try?
We need to try it, don't we?
Do I need to try a nice pork pie with some jelly in? And I don't know. I can see where he's coming from.
Anyway, back to cruising.
Yeah, only took an hour talking about pork pie.
Question. This one's included. How many more cruises have you got booked? We have 4. Wow. So, obviously, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, I think. If you take so I think it's 7. Do you agree?
Right.
While you're doing your calculation, I'll just say hello to everyone else. We've got Yvonne's here, and Florida and Lionel, and also lovely Claire is in the house too. And the naughty Craig and Sandra. Morning, Sandra in Melbourne. So
what am I missing off there?
What does that say? Oh,
yacht.
2 cruise yacht.
You don't have to read them out loud. That's why I wrote them down. But you are allowed to read without saying the word. You're not 7. I went to the shop today and I bought myself a pink balloon.
Anyway.
What does that mean? Is that even a word? Write it in English. Calm down. Oh, yes. I see
anyway.
That, yes. Yeah, she's right.
So we're here to announce a cruise today.
And that's the one we're here to announce, and that's the one I forgot about.
No, it's not.
It's not. Of course, no. There's another one then.
Anyway, we're going to give it another few
what's
minutes.
That then? When's that?
That's the one that we booked when we were on the other one. Anyway, so yeah.
I'm a little bit confused now.
MJ's here just saying,
hello, MJ.
Patty's thinking, is it the Panama Canal?
No.
But that is something we want to do.
Apparently, you are allowed to wear a Panama hat on this cruise.
You are. I think you can wear a Panama hat on any
Of course you can.
any cruise. Nora's in the house. Always love to see Nora. So, and Mavis Long is saying hello. Maz is saying Canada. No. Lisa's here. I won't say where you're going. Brilliant. Lisa's one of our members. So lovely to see Lisa. So let's have a look. So sauce buds in the room. So Reese and Catherine, P&O Canaries cruise.
There's always one smarty pants who gets it right, but it's not you, Reese.
No. And Morris is saying Hawaii.
Honolulu? No, on a surfboard.
Oh, no. So everyone's saying hello. So hello from Dublin, and Julie's saying hello for Caerphilly. Lucia saying hello. So MJ says she's missed out on last night, so she doesn't know.
Right, here's your random question for the night. I always like a random question. First one to get the answer in. Now, I do feel bad because it is British based, because it's just come into my head because I watched it earlier and I thought, oh my God. About 100 years ago, and I thought about this actually because it was a song played at Uncle Mick's funeral, which was a Joe Brown song.
Yeah, it's lovely.
In the 70s, I'm going to say, there was an advert for the Green Cross Code, and it was starring skiffle singer from 50s and 60s, Joe Brown, who I believe is still going. And he parks up, and these two lads teach him the Green Cross Code, and they cross him across the road. And then right at the end of the advert, he looks at the two lads and said, now, how about you two lads cross me back over the road to my car? What did the one lad say to him? Let's see how good you are. Now, Carole doesn't know the answer to this.
I don't. Let's just have a look. There's some more guesses coming in here before we give you the actual answer. Gillian saying hello from sunny Cape Verde. I was talking to, we've had our pamper day today. We treat ourselves about every sort of 8 weeks to a massage. And we have a lovely lady called Sam that comes around and does it. And she was talking about going on holiday to Cape Verde. So let us know if it was a good choice
green?
or not. I don't know. Kevin saying hello from Canada, perhaps the Canadian Arctic. No, it isn't, but we'd love to go back to Canada because we do love Canada. Anna's just saying you booked a cruise. What, a Hawaii one? No. Michael and Laurie here, so that's always lovely to see them.
Yes, love to see them. We'll be seeing them in person very, very soon.
Julie's saying she sees you like a Thai beer, Paul. You do, don't you?
I do. I don't like a Thai beer. I like a lot of Thai beer.
You like quite a few, don't you? Tiger and
no, but I mean, as in I like a lot.
Spink.
No,
oh my God!
They just keep coming. That's singer. Tiger is not Thai. Tiger is Singaporean, I believe. It's not Thai.
Isn't it?
The main Thai beers are Singer,
Leo,
Chang, Leo, and there's one more. I can't think of it. But yeah, they're all lovely. But Chang.
Sam said, I think I know. I hope it's what I think. So
no, you don't know. It's not what you think.
No. Pete is saying hello from Monmouth Beach. So love to see Pete. New Zealand, I'm guessing Alaska or Asia. No, Joe's another Canadian. Lots of Canadians in the house, but we like that because we like Canadians.
Is it the right sort of time zone?
Well, we like everyone, don't we, really? Apart from a few people. Kevin Yo-Yo, a cruise around Long Island. No.
Even though that sounds fabulous.
It does. Debbie saying Hawaii. Lots of people saying Hawaii. Brenda saying hello from Windsor, Ontario. It's nice to see you here. Panama Canal. So let's have a look. Not Hawaii, that I'm hoping that's going to be a group cruise. Yes, that is definitely something we're thinking of. And I said a cruise around the bathtub. And Frank and Jenna here saying a good evening, group cruise to Antarctica. Oh my God, could you imagine?
We haven't got a bathtub.
No, we've only got a shower. But anyway, so let's see. Is there any more guesses before we say let's have a look? No, I think we're there. So I think it's time, isn't it? We're 25 minutes in. So should we put everyone out of their misery, Paulie?
Yes.
Are you going to do a drum roll? That's very poor, isn't it? So we have booked a cruise. And we are very excited to say that it's something we've done before and that we wanted to do it again. And when we've seen that one of the main men in cruising, the top dog himself, isn't it? No, Gary Bembridge was doing a group cruise again.
So you're trying to say then that Gary Bembridge is better at cruise blogging,
I
vlogging
think
than I
so,
am.
Paul. I think so.
Well,
He's way
very-
ahead of a lot of people, as he's just hit 500 million. No, 500 million.
I turned into Ted the dog then.
You did. Let us know in the comments as well. Who's Ted the dog and what program is he on? So also, yes, he's the biggest cruise vlogger in the world. He's just hit 500,000 subscribers, and he's a blooming nice bloke, isn't he?
He
And we
is.
went on one of his group cruises before. We went on the Celebrity Eclipse around Canada, and we loved we loved doing our group cruises. We love hosting them, but we also really, really enjoyed being on that other side and being just one of the passengers in his group. So he's just announced this group cruise to all his patrons, which we are one of. And he has, where's my pictures? And this is his, I've got a picture. And this is his group cruise that we're going on. So we're going to be going back on Queen Mary 2 in July of 2027. So we'll be flying out to New York. We're going to be planning on, because there's lots of people that we want to catch up with in New York. We're going to be planning on to be there for probably about 5 to 7 days beforehand, and then cruising back like we did doing a...
It's a shame, because what I should have done is I should have done that, shouldn't I? Say, no, can you guess what cruise it is?
And obviously we love Cunard, so we're really, really pleased. So I know that's not going to be a cruise that people are thinking that we were going to go and book. So actually we're over the moon. We're all booked in, and we know some of our...
So, yo.
Yes.
Maybe we will be doing that cruise around Long Island.
Well, not quite, but
I don't know how it works. Well, I don't even know. I know that's where he lives, but can you? I don't know if you can cruise around. We'll drive. We'll go to Jones Beach, and we'll have. What did I have? I had a glorified but very nice fish finger sandwich on Jones Beach.
You did.
It was delicious. You had. What did you have?
Me and Kevin had the same. We had lobster rolls. We had lobster rolls. Yes. Oh. So we're really excited about that. We are. It's going to be fab being part of a group cruise, as we said. And yes. So Sandra, it wasn't the one you're thinking, but the one that you're thinking of, that's coming up.
Still have to keep that under your hat.
You have to keep that under your hat.
We're just waiting for some stuff to fall into place.
Yes. And funny that Peter says, hi, Paul and Carole, currently on Queen Mary 2, just passing Queen Anne at the top of Australia. Yes, so that's the ship we're going to be back on. Yeah. And Queen Mary 2 is just the only ocean line in the world, and we'd be so happy to get on it. And the transatlantic, I know it's not for everyone because it's 6 days at sea, but for us, we absolutely loved it. And to be in a group, to enjoy a lot of fun on board for those 6 days is going to be absolutely fantastic. Yeah. So there we are. So do let us know if you're planning to book with Gary. If you do want to get on that cruise, his cruises sell out very quickly. And because he offers it to his patrons, they fill up just with patrons. So if you did want to go, then obviously join his patron and join us too.
Because he's not as mad as us, because he caps them so it's a manageable amount, whereas we just go crazy.
Well, ours is always manageable. 190 was manageable. But obviously our next group cruise, which we've got coming up, which is our patron-only one, in 3 weeks' time, is around about 80, which is a lovely number. So yes, so we're really, really happy. But if you want to join us or Gary or whatever, then that's what you need to do. So GTO Cheryl says, was your cabin on the lawn under the water line? No, it wasn't. We were on deck 1. So we were opposite outside cabins that had windows. So yeah.
Even though that sounds weird.
Yeah.
Deck 1 is not the bottom deck.
No, you've got a deck below that, and then you've obviously got all the crew decks.
You've got crew decks and all sorts going on to that. So deck 1, I don't know, but deck 1 really could be about deck 5.
Could be.
Because there's, there's lots of stuff underneath it, but it's obviously just classed as passenger decks.
We love being on deck 1 because it was so close to reception. We were low down, so not the ship moved like loads, did it? We had a couple of bumpy nights, but and because we were low and we were sort of mid-central, it worked well, didn't it, Paul? It really did work well. Karen said she's loving your hair and she guessed on Hawaii, but no. So Davina's here as well. Right. Saying, why does it say removed by moderator? We've got lots of moderators that help us with our chats, because sometimes people put inappropriate comments or repeat comments all the time. So we've got a group of moderators. They've all got the spanner by their name, and they're our patrons and our biggest supporters. So they just sort of stop the rubbish coming in, and sometimes we get some really strange comments. We don't get a lot like other people get, but thank you, moderators, because you all do a fantastic
but just
job.
To give you an idea, because of I'm not going to say the language barrier, because it's not, but it is a language barrier. We were talking about crib, which is a I'm going to go out on a limb now and say it's a British game. I don't know if it is a British game, but no.
Okay.
It's a card game. It may or may not have been invented in Britain. And long story short, if you've got a certain jack in your hand, you get 1 point, and it used to be called one for his hat. But when you play, and you play against other villages, and then that over the years, that became one for his knob. For no other reason, not rude, whatever. Yeah, one for his knob, and you get an extra point. Now, we were talking about Crib the one night, and I think it was Dave Webb, wasn't it? I think it was Dave Webb, somebody anyway, who's English and knows about the game of Crib, said one for his knob, but one of, I think it was it Kevin Austin?
I don't know.
But it was one of our either American or Canadian moderators removed his comment because he thought it was rude.
And then he messaged, he said, anyway, it's funny.
Yeah.
So Denise is here from Mount Maunganui. Mount Maunganui.
You did it.
I did it. Mount Maunganui, which is where we went on our cruise in New Zealand, and it was lovely to see Denise at the port. So beautiful part of the world.
It is.
It's just fantastic. Absolutely love New Zealand. So So Craig is asking, have you filled the last couple of cabins for Carole's birthday? I reckon it would freak anyone out who joins from the general point or everyone else to see that everyone else is together.
Sorry, you go ahead.
So I say, yes, we're all good. We've had people paying their deposits, and we're back to a full house, which is brilliant. So we're really chuffed.
I didn't have this conversation with Dan or anybody, and maybe I didn't even voice this out loud, and it was just in my head, which is a lot going on in there, to be fair. But would Riviera have to say, this cabin's available, blah, 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 blah? Would they have to say that it's a birthday cruise, there's 37 people going, and they're all in the same group, but would you like to book this last cabin? Or would they be able to get away with not saying nothing, which would be a bit naughty? It's now a moot point, admittedly, but I wonder how they would have sold that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. They would just sold it as cabins, I guess.
But would they not have to put like a disclaimer on?
Well, I don't think they would. They would just sell the cabin. It doesn't matter to them, does it? I guess who's in them cabins. All they want is the money for the cabin.
But if you're
a business, that's all you would worry about.
But if you'd have gone on there, Mr. and Mrs. Nice older people, thinking, this is going to be lovely, and it's Sylvia. Yes, it is, George. Lovely. Going, I don't know why they're called Sylvia and George. We're sailing around Croatia. It's going to be very picturesque and serene. And then you've got 37 of us all jumping in the water, all with blow-up flamingos.
Yes.
I think probably Sylvia and George are going to complain.
Well, or if we were the couple that went, initially you'd feel a bit awkward, but I think it would be a lot of fun. But a lot of people would hate it. Yeah, exactly. A lot of people would hate it. Yeah. So we're really glad it's back to where it needs to be. And it's really sad that
we've had Sylvia and George aren't coming. So
no, they're not. It's sad that people had to cancel, through no fault of their own, because obviously they've got illness and etc. So so that's all good. So we're really happy. Veranda
preferred.
Yes. Why am I stressing over what to pack for our first transatlantic cruise in a couple of weeks? Florida, Roto. I suspect it will be chilly. Don't stress, just pack layers, because it will be chilly at times, but it could be quite warm at times. So, because you're starting off in Florida, I don't know what the weather's doing there at the moment, but Rotterdam is going to be pretty cool this time of year.
Now, this is a question. Well, it doesn't matter. Because if you're flying, it depends on your weight limit. So that's going to restrict you on what you can take. But like Carole said, 2 weeks' time, it's not going to be like the Sahara in Rotterdam. Even though Rotterdam's a fabulous place, you'll really enjoy it there. So yes, definitely a light coat and some layers.
Yeah, definitely a raincoat. I bring an umbrella, bring a raincoat, but they only have to be all these light things, and just layer up, because and then you're covered for everything. That's what we do wherever we go, isn't it? We just take layers, and then you're prepared for anything.
And even though you've just done a week or whatever on a boat, on a ship,
a boat
ship, you'll get my reference after. one of the great things to do in Rotterdam is to take a water taxi because they're great.
Yes, yeah, Rotterdam is fab. Nora's asking, is there a market by the Southampton cruise terminal? No.
Do you mean a market
like
as in what we would deem a market? So I'm panicking now.
There's so many different cruise terminals in. So is Nora on about what you're doing?
No, I was panicking because somebody just put a football score on there, but it's all right. I'm not panicking because Tottenham don't kick off till 8. Yeah, if you're meaning a market like as in all
where you
sorts
can get toiletries and different things like that. West Quay is very handy to most of the cruise terminals, and if it's not walking distance, then you can get shopping in the high street. There's all the high street shops, so it's very easy to buy stuff in Southampton. So don't worry if you've forgotten things. Then you'll be able to get something for certain.
And apparently they've got some pubs there as well.
They've got a few pubs there too. Ken's stirring. Look, see what Ken's doing here. Who are the best card players? Obviously, me and Lindsay.
I think that's
the
a genuine
are
question.
The best card players, but we just unfortunately didn't win on the weekend. See what I did there?
Yeah, you talked a load of road. You talked a load of road balls. Is what you did.
Right, Dark Peak Lass is just saying about, I was watching the Cruise and Canucks recently, they realised their group cruise in the UK is when you were also on. That will be fun. Yeah, we were a bit of shock when, because we obviously they were doing their live, and then Jerry messaged, said, oh my gosh, I think we've just booked the same one. To be fair, we love the Canucks, and we get on brilliantly with them, and we haven't, because we've been away on our 56-night trip, and they've been busy doing other stuff, and poor Jerry hasn't been so well, has he? Bless him. But thankfully he's on the mend now. Then we haven't had we normally have about every sort of 6 weeks or so a Zoom chat, and we haven't been able to do that since way before Christmas because we've been just so busy. So it is, they booked the same cruise as ours, which is, we were like, oh, wow. But actually, it is what it is. And I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun, like you say.
So you'll never really get a seat after about 9 o'clock at night on that cruise, will you?
MJ saying he thinks her worst embarkation was on Iona. We're not fans.
Worst everything was on Iona. You didn't read it properly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we've had, I wouldn't say we've had a bad cruise. I know that people are saying now that there's a lot of queuing and stuff like that going on, which would just absolutely drive me mad. But we've said this in the past, we just found Iona to be very vanilla, very bland, nothing that you didn't ever get back to your cabin in the evening and say, wow, mate, what a blooming night that was.
It was just a nice cruise.
All right, wasn't it?
Yeah,
what was that? What was your dinner like? It was all right.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
Really.
Iona suits a lot of people, though, doesn't it? And P&O have some cracking deals. We are looking to do more P&O because we've done quite a lot of exotic cruises in the last couple of years. So we want to get back to some basics and doing some little cruises. And we've got a few that we've got our eyes on, haven't we? This year in gaps between Paul's racing, because obviously racing season starts, and then we can't do as much as we wanted to do. I can't answer this, Laura, but someone might. So has anyone made use of the Harbour Hotel spa facilities? If so, how would you find it? Which is, I presume you're talking about the Harbour Hotel in Southampton. So if anyone can answer that, then please do.
But is that the posh one, or is that the one opposite?
That's the Harbour Hotel spa, yeah. So that's the one by Ocean Village. Yeah. That's not the Leonardo Grand Harbour. So, which I presume that's when you're on about. Nick and Tracy says Southampton embarkation was unreal, so swift and well organised. Yeah. And Tony's saying hello from Cardiff. See? So is that my good Welsh accent?
No, that was your Welsh accent. There was nothing good about that.
Dave is just saying about evening from Dumfries. Gillian saying Saga embarkation and at Portsmouth and Dover excellent. You know what that means?
No, I think it might be because I'm saying that we invented crib.
Oh, is that right? Is that what Kevin's saying? British propaganda.
I'm happy to if anybody knows where the game of cribbage was invented, I'm happy to big them up. But I think it was. Yeah.
Dawn Anderson is asking, I'm looking at doing a first Holland America cruise. Do you recommend the drinks package? Husband likes a glass of good wine, or I like a cocktail too. Definitely. The booking early with Holland America is really good because you often get upgrades on your packages. They call it the Have It All package, and it includes your drinks, it includes Wi-Fi, it includes your tips, it includes some dining, and it also includes some excursion credit.
Yeah.
So it's actually really good. So every cruise that we've done with Holland America, we've done that, haven't we, Pauline? And it's worked really, really well.
It is the two, and I'm going to go out on a limb now. And Carole, I'm going to go for a hat trick and then make it the third time that Carole's going to agree with me in the space of 39 minutes. Holland America and Princess, in my humble opinion, have the best value packages
out there
of all the cruises that have packages. Don't I want some silly Billy coming on and saying, "Oh, it's overseas, everything's free." I'm on a bit cruise lines where you have to buy a package. I don't think there's better value than Princess and Holland America.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, what's going on? We're agreeing on too much tonight, Paulie. That's just weird, isn't it?
Nobody's come in with my green. Well, I haven't said that. We're only at 7:10 on the question, so. And it's 20 to 8.
Anyway, hi, PC and everyone. How are you all? We're good. We're off to Norway soon in Olden. Is it possible to do the glacier and the low end sky lift? I know it's high and scary. I remember the video. Yes, you can do that. Olden's a great port. I love Olden. Olden and Shoulden and Flam. There are three favourites in Holland.
We like Oldens because we are Oldens.
Sail away from there is just fun with the pub, with the music, but also it's just beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Colette saying, it's good to hear that Holland America have improved the shows in the theatre. Do you know if this applies to all their ships? Not yet, but they are rolling it out, apparently, we were told.
We were the guinea pigs.
We were the guinea pigs, and we were so glad we were the guinea pigs because they're using a company called Blackburn International, and the standard was phenomenal.
It was excellent. Phenomenal. And, of course, we're not biased. And the fact that one of the best singers on there was from Gloucester, which is the city we live in, that's had no bearing at all on us saying it was amazing, because it was truly amazing.
Yeah, and actually we're catching up a couple of weeks, aren't we? Because they're off for the ship now, and they got in contact saying when they're in Gloucester, so that'd be awesome too.
You know, when people say, "Oh, we must catch up," and then you never do. They said that, but they're saying they're good to their word. They're still trying for them to cancel, obviously.
No, but I think it will. It'd be good. So Ken goes cruising saying our worst ever embarkation was on QM2. Okay, yeah. CL240 is in the P&O EOR. Is that going to be the new MJ saying I was singing Carole's We're Going On song at Southampton. When the team stopped me and said, "Tell Carole it's an embarkation, not going on. Made me laugh so much." Well, we're going on. We're going on.
How are you going to get?
We're going on.
Embarkation. Embarkation. It's just rubbish, isn't it? I hope you told him, MJ. Said, "Well, look, that's just a rubbish."
Sheila's here, so saying, "Hi, both watching you from a wet and breezy North Devon."
I love the weather reports.
Hopefully, Dawn, we've asked that question. Another question about the Holland America. Don saying, I get the impression from a previous slide your Dover isn't your favourite cruise port. If so, why is that? I was thinking about booking a future Holland cruise for Dover.
Let me tell you why. Don Shui. It's blooming miles away.
For us.
It's 9 cajillion. When we leave here, is literally, we could do a transatlantic. We could fly to Greece in the time it takes us to drive to Dover. That's the only reason.
Yes.
They're not as well equipped as Southampton, because Southampton is the main cruise port in the UK.
Yeah.
And we got no axe to grind with Dover. And if you want to swim the channel, that's the place to do it from.
It is.
But
it is.
It's just so blooming far away for us. And it's an ass to get to. It's one of them ones where you think, well, where is it? We've been driving for 3 days.
Exactly. And that's it for us, because we're obviously on the west side of the UK. Dover's right in the southeast. Yeah. So it's just a pain for us to get to, isn't it, really?
It's not a pain for Carole because she doesn't drive, but
I can drive. I just choose not to.
But the last time Carole drove, she had a man walking in front of her with a little flag up. Not saying it was a long time ago. 1893 it was.
Lynn's is saying, for those that don't know, Lynn's got another channel called Virtual Gardener, so do check that out, because she's a real dab hand at gardening, so I'm always asking for her tips. And she's pleased to say we didn't go over the daily 15 drink limit.
What, on our weekend away? Well, we're never. I don't believe anybody was counting. I don't think as long as you're paying, I don't think the barman's going to say, "No, that's your 15th, love."
So Angela's saying how embarkation Dover was really easy, took less than 15 minutes. That's really good. So Catherine's saying about, I was just looking at the pork pies in our local farm shop today. Thought, nah, just keep it as it should be. I'll give you Melton Mowbray. Yeah, Melton Mowbrays are good. Alison Burt saying about Melton Mowbray. Carole saying hello from Bristol. We're watching a really good thing at the moment, aren't we? Called Gone,
Gone.
which is based in Bristol, around the Clifton area, which is always nice to see because we obviously don't know that area so well, but that's a route that we used to always go to the airport, isn't it?
And I don't think
So,
I don't know if me and Nick BBT can be friends anymore with that comment he's put on there.
Well, I'm just going to say hello to Robert first. So
even Robert, yeah. Channel Island's #1 blogger.
Exactly. And Andy and Carole Green, Melton Mowbray pot pies are the best. We always go to the old pie shop when we're there. Very nice. Nick, he scoops it out.
Mate. I don't mind you not having ice in your Thatcher's Gold, but me and you, when we meet in Southampton, we're going to have serious words.
We are indeed. Ali's saying, "Oh no, not a hot pot pie."
Well, I don't know. That's the thing.
Well, we don't know. We have to try it.
I'm going to say, Ali, what are you basing this on? Are you basing it on a preconception that it might not be nice, or have you tried it? Because I know I haven't, and I'm still not sure.
No. Greetings, Warren's here. So greetings from San Antonio.
Evening, Warren.
Yeah, Gillian Sand was saying the jelly is the best pie. I love the jelly.
Yes.
I love the jelly.
Yes, Nick.
Yeah.
Listen to us.
Alison saying, how quickly do you think prices will rise because of fuel costs? And do you think surcharges might become a thing? We don't know, do we? We really don't know. We're just keeping everything crossed that things will.
I know the petrol goes up now. It goes up. We got a petrol station not far from us, and I think the fuel goes up every 10 minutes.
It does. It does. Hi, greetings from Morton in the Marsh. They were talking about pork pies today on Radio 2, as they reckon many Gen Zs have never even tried a pork pie.
What
really?
A bunch of idiots.
Really? And Craig's saying he's never naughty. Well, we know that's not true. Lots of and more guesses. Polynesia. Kevin says Kazakhstan. Yeah, after our Costa experience. Yeah,
that's where we're going.
That's definitely high on our list. Japan, South America. These are all places, actually. Polynesia, Antarctica. They're all places we definitely want to go, apart from the Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan.
You made it sound like a Japanese motorbike then. Kazakhstan. What have you got? I've got a Kazakhstan Z750.
Nick and Tracy, you won't be here when you cross the road, so always use the green cross code.
No, it's the very, very last thing that the lad, and I'm going to throw you a clue in now, that the lad looks up and says something to Joe. He says something to Joe because it's Joe Brown. And what does he say?
Tom and Dom are in the house. So love to see you guys.
Hello.
Hello. Amanda said Drake's Passage. We'd like to do that at some point and go to Antarctica, but we need to. Our pot is a little bit smaller than it was after doing our 56-night trip, so we just need to save up again. Lots of people saying Antarctica.
There's been a direct correlation with. I used to have a small belly, and we used to have a big pot of money.
Yes.
Now we've got a very small pot of money, and I've got a very big belly. So there's definitely a correlation. We
just have to get saving again, Paulie, won't we?
We will.
We'll just get saving. So Andy said went to Cape Verde once, but won't be going back. Interesting. Tell us more, please do. Let's have a look at Jackie saying a world cruise. Would love to. Paul's still not sold, but I've after doing those 42 days, I know I could spend a long time on the same ship, providing it was the right ship for us, which is the key thing, which the Nordam was. So let's have a look. Great Lakes, that's another one we'd like to do, isn't it?
Are they great though? Are they great?
Well, apparently so. Yeah, Tom and Dom are saying about the Riviera travel yacht. Yeah, we can't wait to get on board. So it's been great watching your video. So thank you so much. MJ saying, I won't be there when you cross the road. I know that definitely features somewhere along with something about stepping off the edge of the curb.
No. Hang on.
But Gillian's got it right about Ted. Yes, gone fishing. We love gone fishing.
There's 5 words.
Oh.
5 words that the one lad looks up to Joe Brown and he says. 5 words.
So Morris is saying my favourite Mortimer and Whitehouse gone fishing.
Yes.
It is quality, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
For those that have never watched it, the title's gone fishing, but what it actually is two comedians, British comedians that are very well known for our age group, who are just brilliant, really funny. But they really delve into. They both had some health issues and mental health issues, and they delve into what it's like for men to go through that, and how men are really bad at talking about health issues and opening up. And it is brilliant how they've helped each other by going fishing. But it's just so funny as they go around the UK and they stay in the most amazing places. So I would definitely check it out if you haven't seen it, because it's awesome.
The fishing is secondary. If you like fishing, you'll still appreciate it. But the fishing is secondary to the actual thing.
Yeah.
And there's always much hilarity. Oh no, God.
I think they would have, saved a lot of men's lives by doing
definitely.
that, because of talking about, heart disease and all the different things and symptoms and life choices. So I think it's awesome. Debs is saying, "Oh wow, my absolute favorite city and ship." Yeah, we can't wait to get back to New York, because there's so many special people that we want to catch up with, and also obviously coming back home on the Queen Mary 2 to us is just the best way to get
I've heard
home.
that New York is a wonderful town.
Yes, love it, says the travel portfolio. So let's have a look. Yes, Laura's here. Laura lives in Rotterdam and saying no stress for the packing. Weather's been very variable in the Rotterdam area, but layers, a jacket, umbrella will work. Exactly that. Sandra's saying, "Oh my God, I love that transline. It's on my bucket list." Yes, you'll have to come and do it with us, Sandra, because it's awesome. Fishy finger sarnie, blooming lovely. Yeah, fish finger sandwiches are good. So let's have a look. Tom and Dom saying, "Is this QM2 cruise holiday?" It's the 23rd of July, so it'll just be edging in for the first week.
I think it's the third week in July that kicks in.
So I can't imagine Cunard doesn't, and long that they don't tend to attract many children, so we don't worry too much about that. And Christy's here again, so that's awesome, Christy. Queen Mary 2 set to be refurbished between March and May of 2020, so we'll be able to see it all spiffed up. We will. Ooh. So that'll be lovely. And CL is saying the moderators are really here to keep an eye on what Paul says.
Well, they can't do anything about it, because once it's out of my big gob, there's no going back.
Let's have a look from what is Johnny Blaze. Johnny's here saying Gary is the grand fromage of cruise blogging. He is, and he's such a nice guy. Everyone thinks he's really, really serious, because he's very factual. He's so full of information. If I want to know anything, then Gary's the man, because he just knows everything, doesn't he, about the cruise industry. And obviously his videos are very informative, but he's got such a wicked sense of humor, hasn't he? He's such great company. So that's
and even though he's not 100% correct, I'm going to give it to Scott Frost.
What's it worth? Is that what it says?
Now, are you lads going to see me back to my car then? What's it worth then, Joe?
Oh, there we are. Nick's laughing at Sylvia and George.
I'm disappointed that more people didn't get that.
Well,
I mean, maybe it jogged my memory, because I did actually watch it today. I couldn't believe how trendy Joe Brown. He had like long hair and he was driving a sports car.
Really?
It was great. Make sure you put your handbrake on.
So Tom and Dom said the yacht cruise is all about the group. Silver and George would probably love it.
Well.
Let's have a look. John is asking, best and worst burgers at sea, and did they have gherkins?
Well, I'm going to throw something out now. In Cunard do a very good burger. I'm not talking about at the burger bars. We're talking.
Azamara
do a fabulous burger, because their burger bar is almost like a
nice
Michelin star restaurant.
Yeah,
but they do fabulous burgers. Cunard do fabulous burgers, and they do specialty stuff, and it changes every day. But we had a burger on Holland America, and it's right up there with the best of them. And I apologize to any vegetarians, but we stole your burger, because on Holland America, Carole said, "Oh, I like the sound of that one,"
and it had a flat mushroom in.
And it was a big mushroom. It was avocado. And then it was like onions and tomato, your salady type stuff. And Carole said, "I'll have one of them, please." And I don't think you did realize.
I didn't realize it was
a vegetarian burger. You do know
burger.
that's a vegetarian burger. There's no burger in there. And Carole said, "Oh." And then she said, "Well, do you want me to stick a burger in there?"
I said, oh, that sounds
and
great.
Carole said, yes, please. And I said, and I'd like one of those too. It was an absolute banger.
It was.
And of course, Holland America chips are the best at sea, bar none.
But they didn't.
They didn't start off the best on this cruise because there was some
a different
supply issues. But by halfway through, the best chips were back. And I did even, and yes, and I'm not even joking, I did speak to the assistant hotel manager and asked him, Jax, what's going on with these chips?
Well, you spoke to Sam Oil.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, you spoke to
the main maitre d', assistant hotel manager.
Isn't it funny that people that go on Holland America a lot, we started talking to people about the fries and what's happened to the fries, and everyone was talking about it when there were regulars. We're like, I know. So we said, we'll find out. So we did, and they had a slightly different supplier for a period of time.
It was just chips. Back to, there was nothing wrong with the chips, but then when the proper
they were
chips
good chips,
back,
but not when
they were next level.
Yeah. MJ saying, I hope there's going to be a video of everyone floating a flamingo inflatables.
Well, I would like to think so.
There will be videos, but there might be some...
Do you think we're going to have to get people to sign a disclaimer at the airport about using their image?
Well, who knows? I'm sure everyone... Jill is asking a question. Knowing that we've done a transatlantic, where does the weather normally cool off when coming west to east? Is it the Canary Islands? Well, you just never know, really, because they have this... We learned on our last transatlantic that there's a choice of 3 routes, isn't there, that they take, and depending on the time of year. And we had sort of mixed weather, really, didn't we? One day it was sunny, then it would be like really misty, then it'd be really cold, and it was very bizarre, the weather. So that's a very difficult thing you'd like to think that it would warm up, but if you go really south, but if you're going quite north, then you don't know, do you?
I don't know any of that. All I know is this man said to me, and I don't want you bloody putting my name in your blog, but, and he then proceeded to tell me that because Cunard were a load of cheapskates, the route that they used to take, which goes over the top of where the Titanic is, and apparently back in the day, they even used to do a bit of a ceremony and throw a wreath off the ship, but that's a less economical way to go.
But we don't know what the truth is.
No, that's what I mean. And I would never let the truth get in the way of a good story. But what he told me was there was 3 routes. There was the best weather. There was the going over the Titanic. There was the best weather. There was going over the Titanic. And there was the most economical. And he said, and what they do now is they do most economical. I have got no facts or information to back up.
We've been told lots of theories, but we don't know what is actually fact. So MJ floating in flamingo inflatables, eating pork pies, or don't know what they'd be like to get if they got wet.
Yeah, but in all fairness, that's you snooze, you lose, isn't it? If you...
Some people have those, like they just have a lilo, don't they? If they go on a really posh cruise, they have like an inflatable serving tray. So maybe that's what we need to do.
So you can go to like...
We need to get like a lilo, get a tray and pop some food on it so we can all go past in what inflatable we're in and just pick up a snack.
So you can go to like the Galapagos or something, can you? And you get waiters come out. And you're
sat in the Caribbean, can't you? The Bahamas.
But you're sat in the water up to your waist, but you have like a proper meal sat in the sea.
Yeah.
Well, because Paul and Carole are classy, we're doing a pork pie on a blow-up flamingo.
Exactly. Toby's asking, have you been or plan to do an Antarctica cruise? And would it be a drive-by or an expedition cruise? Reason for asking is I'm planning to book for 2027 or 28.
The problem we've got about an expedition one is it's about £30,000 more than we want to pay, because it's just financially not viable for us to do that. I mean, if the lottery,
we would love to do it.
I have done the lottery tonight. It's 186 million quid. If that drops in, we're doing an expedition one. If not, we might go explore the other route.
We've been really sold on South America from the people that we cruise with on Nordam. They've done it so many times, and it was an area that we knew we'd like to go to at some point. So I think, which is more affordable for us. And I know people say, "Oh, you don't really go to Antarctica," but for us, for now, in the circumstances that we have. For us to get close to Antarctica and South America, then doing a South American cruise with an Antarctica sail by would suffice our
I'm not saying it would scratch the itch completely.
No.
But it would give us
an idea whether we felt, you know what, actually, we really do need to save up more and go on an expedition cruise. But for us at the moment, paying out for an expedition cruise just isn't a viable thing. No. So for us,
unless
if
we
do
start a
book it,
GoFundMe page.
no,
Paul and Carole goes to Antarctica.
No, no, thank you. So yes. Yes, Lindsay and Caroline were generous and thought it was the time.
Yes.
Yeah, because I totally agree.
You and
totally
your delusional friend, you just keep telling yourself
that. Nick is saying, question, do you plan to do any group activities on QA such as question time quiz?
Well,
yes.
Not question time or quizzes. All we're going to do Yard of Ale.
No.
We're going to do who can eat the most mini pork pies in 60 seconds.
Bamboo dance marathon.
You have to have jelly in them.
Yes, no. Yes, we have. We've been having lovely chats with Dan today, and we put our schedule in and doing a bit more. All over there is all our goodies for the group cruise. So it's all coming together lovely. So yes, there'll be plenty going on. Craig is saying, I think if it was your gang, they'd have to declare it 100%.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah.
I know it's
a moot point, but I think if I was booking something and I was paying X amount of money, I don't think I'd be very happy if I got on there and it was basically a birthday cruise, which is what it is.
No, I know. I'm glad that we've, because of the cancellation, I'm glad we've been able to fill it. So Sandra's saying Vancouver was my worst ever embarkation. Wow. It was long in Vancouver, wasn't it, when we got on Connings Dam? It wasn't. But I know we waited quite a while.
Vancouver was a bun fight, but that's when I went a loco and we booked the Neptune suite, so we got priority boarding. So it still wasn't by no means our fastest, but we've had a lot worse, but it was made better.
Well, we had a suite on that one,
that's what I said, we had a suite, but I think there was a lot of people there.
Laura's saying it is that hotel, so yeah, it's the one by it's the Harbour Hotel, not the Leonardo. So MJ say I didn't use Harbour Hotel Spa, but I did fall out of the extraordinarily high bed in the night. Beware, you almost need a ladder to get you in.
Well, the thing is, MJ, we've only met you on a Zoom call so far, so we don't know whether you might only be 2'7" like Carole. Saying all beds seem high.
Lots of people coming up with information about cribbage now. Kevin also saying
cribbage. Got away without
that. Cribbage was invented in the early 17th century by English poet and courtier Sir John Suckling, derived from an older game called Noddy. Suckling created by adding the crib. Oh, there you are. And you're very good at it now, aren't you, Kevin? So
and Yvonne is
saying the same.
And Nick BBT. But we can't take anything Nick BBT.
And Ken said as well.
Yeah, but we can't trust Nick BBT because he won't eat jelly in a pork pie. So
Sandra's so John Suckling invented crib, and yes, it's British Port. It's my favourite card game. Oh. Yes, we really enjoy it too. We played Ukra with Ken and Lindsay, didn't we?
Which is also very good.
Which is also very good. Let's have a look here then. So, oh bless, Kevin saying here's $20 for your Antarctica trip. Well, thank you very much. Wow. And also Nick and Tracy. So thank you so much.
So we're only £29,970 away now.
Thank you so much.
You crazy couple of monkeys.
Yeah, they are. So yeah, but we'll who knows? Where were we now? So let's have a look. Thanks for helping. You're very, very welcome. Caroline's asking about Holland America have formal nights, or is it Orange Night class as formal night?
No, they have. This was this was quite because it was a long cruise. Well, we don't know whether this is a new thing or because it was a long cruise. But let me say this bit, and then because you haven't disagreed with me all night, and I feel now is the opportunity.
No, I'm not disagreeing, but I've got something to add.
So on this cruise we've just done, they had a gala night, which you were encouraged to dress up. They had the orange night, where you were encouraged to dress up in orange, and there was another night, masquerade night, where they provided your masks and stuff. And we've never experienced the gala or masquerade nights before, so we don't know whether this is restricted to longer cruises or it's a new thing coming in. And I'm going to say all this, and now I'll hand you over to my esteemed colleague, Mrs.
Holland America do have some, they call them dressy nights. So on all the cruises that we've been on, they've had dressy nights. But what Holland America do differently is they have grand voyages, which are like the really long ones. They have legendary voyages, which was like one of ours, which was like 42 nights. And then they have the regular one. So the grand voyage and the legendaries do have extra sort of gala nights. I think the way that they do Orange Night, or they did on Nordam with Orange Night and with the Masquerade Night, if people didn't have orange or a masquerade mask, they gave them out for free, which was awesome.
Yeah.
So I would just look
wigs
at
and all sorts of stuff, didn't they?
whatever cruise you're going on. If it's under a label of Grand Voyage or Legendary Voyage, because they do some fantastic, Holland America do fantastic itineraries, which I think is another reason why we love them so much. So do check that out and just see vlogs that have done that, and it will give you an idea of that entertainment. But there was certainly more on our Legendary cruise than there was on a regular one
that we've experienced before.
Yeah. All of them have a chocolate night where they all parade.
You have to go out naked, covered in chocolate.
No,
it's a little bit embarrassing,
and that's always lovely. But after dinner, you're just stuffed, isn't it? But anyway, let's have a look. So let's have a look what we've got. MJ said, "Thanks for the heads up. I'm short, so I might have to get a step stool." Brilliant. Donna's saying Gloucester to Dover is nothing. Try Newcastle to Southampton, 7 blooming out. True. That is true. We take it for granted, don't we? Because we're down south, and yeah. So yeah. Philippa's here. Gosh, Philippa's here again. So lovely to see you.
Nice on the trot.
Ali St. Paul from experience, hot pork pie, it's a no, but try it, you never know.
No, that's what I said. I didn't know whether, because my initial thing is no, but I haven't tried it. Whereas if you tried it, big up to you. But I suppose without
does that mean anything?
Yeah, I just said when you were trying to say something, I said that sounds like a Japanese motorbike.
Oh, yes. I was thinking, what?
Carole forgets what's been said in the chat, and Carole's
do.
like, "Oh, shall I say that?"
Ray saying hello. So hi, guys.
Evening, Ray.
Thanks regarding Oldham. We booked the troll car. Yeah, that looks fun.
Yeah.
Also going to Flam. Yeah, Flam's beautiful. Not always beautiful. We'll never get bored of going to Norway. That's for sure. Yeah, fancy an Iceland cruise. Some go out to Dundee. Yeah, that's good. Tipping on Cunard. Everything's in dollars on board, but tipping doesn't matter.
It really does. Yeah. And I have this conversation with people who work on cruise ships. They're the most ingenious people in the world. It doesn't matter if you tip them in gold doubloons or whatever, any currency you can think of, they will be grateful of, because they'll get it changed. But so there was a lady, so we were on the cruise and we were at the reception desk. I don't know what we were doing, but we were there minding our own business. And then this lady came out and said, "Oh, I've got some New Zealand dollars and I want to tip people in Australian dollars." And the lady behind the counter, couldn't have been better at trying to explain to her, well, if you want to change New Zealand dollars to Australian dollars, because of how things work on here, you have to first change them into American dollars, which we'll charge you for. And then you change the American dollars into Australian dollars, which we'll charge you for. Plus the rate, which she didn't say, the lady on reception didn't say this, plus the rate will always be detrimental, which it will on a cruise ship. But then there's the breaks. Oh, yeah, I'll do that then. And me and Carole's looking at each other, and Carole's looking at me, and and she's going, "Don't, shut up, mind your own business, don't, just give them the New Zealand dollars."
We were in New Zealand. They'll always find out the ship was going back round when we got off.
I couldn't believe it. So she she started off with about £100 worth of money, and by the time she'd done all the transactions, she had about 30 quid left. And it's like, just give them the money you've got. But apparently, no.
Paddy's Day next Tuesday, so Dublin for your next live chat? No. We've got to, obviously, we live very close to Cheltenham, so it's Cheltenham Race Week this week, so it's just today.
Yeah.
Starts today, so it's mad in this part of the world.
A few celebs over there today.
So Andy and Christine saying Cape Verde, never seen poverty like it, rubbish everywhere. 4 5-star hotels that are 3-star at the most. Didn't feel safe outside the hotel. It may have changed since we were in there. It was a few years ago.
Well, that's not. I'm assuming they're not getting you to write a pamphlet bigging them up.
No. So there's a Green Cross code. So that's what you were talking about, wasn't it? What's it worth then, Joe? Yeah.
Is what's worth then, Joe? And there is, and as Nick BPT is saying, as Joe, when the start of the advert, I mean, everybody else would be so bored now, but I can. So as they're initially walking away from Joe's sports car, the one lad looks at him and says, "Have you put your handbrake on?" And of course, Joe's like that. And then when they're not looking, he goes to make sure he has. But yeah, so it's quite a funny advert. But it's the sort of advert. It's the sort of advert that kids would have watched. Because obviously Joe Brown was a sort of celebrity of the day. I think even Alvin Stardust, didn't he do a Green Cross?
Yes, I think he did.
Well? So, and you had the Green Cross, and just to bring some American friends into it and Canadian friends into it, at some point there was an actual figure called the Green Cross Code Man, who was like a superhero. And he had like a superhero, what they call cape and this special suit and what have you. And he would teach people the Green Cross Code. So just to give you some idea, that man was played by a man called Dave Prowse. Dave Prowse was from Bristol, which is just down the road from us, but he was also Darth Vader in all the Star Wars films. And it was him was Darth Vader, but obviously, welcome to CNN. Everything the light touches is our kingdom. James Earl Jones was the voice of Darth Vader, but the actual Darth Vader was the Green Cross Code Man, Dave Prowse. How many people knew that?
Oh, well, I didn't.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that. Wow. No, I did not know that. Well, there you are.
I thought sometimes she's looking at me as if like I'm a loony, but
most days, there's
a little tiny bit of admiration and a lot of pity.
So did Hal have chip sauce, of that lovely Dutch chip sauce you can also get in the Netherlands? They had a burger type sauce. What did they call it? So I don't think it was a special Dutch sauce.
Yeah, because they did what they called naked fries, which are lovely, which you can obviously put your own sauce on. But they had some spicy ones, which had this spicy sauce, but also little bits of blue cheese, which was great. And then they had another one, which was like this squirty cheese, that got my cheese whiz, boy, which we're not quite so keen on that one.
No. Nick's is saying here's £2 for a pork pie without jelly.
I don't know. I don't know if I can take that in good faith, Nick, because I wouldn't buy one without. Well, the trouble is you don't know if they got jelly or not, do you? The little ones
until you cut them. No, you need a big one for jelly. Margaret Harding's just saying hello from a not so sunny Spain at the moment. Looking forward to our Mediterranean cruise in June for Valencia. Very, very nice. And Ron's saying, I can't wait until my embarkation day diving burger on Holland Rotterdam very soon. So yummy. Add frizzled onions, please. Yeah, so I'm not so keen on their frizzled onions because they're really crispy and they're like sort of battered. You like them? See, I just prefer just a normal onions.
Because I'm not a massive hot dog fan, but on Holland America, they use Nathan's hot dogs.
They do.
Which is one of the most famous hot dogs in the world.
They're lovely. Jack is saying, hello, guys. I'm watching from the plane heading home from Calgary. Visit with the family. Wow. Sandra's saying an expedition would be tough unless you're fit. Yes, you have to be very fit to get off and on.
Because that's the other thing.
Yeah.
You want to do it. What we don't want to do is you don't want to blow our entire budget and not be able to cruise for another 5 years. But then, I'm 62 this year. You're obviously the big 6-0, which is why we're doing the yacht thing. But you don't want to leave it too late. But I can't even walk out into the back garden without falling over. So maybe it's already all over for me for Antarctica.
Laura's asking, have we been able to start looking at a new merch shop? Not at the moment because we've been obviously so busy, but it's something we do want to look into. Are you fine with no shop? No, we would like a shop because we have people ask us all the time. And also we've been able to source stuff for our group cruises. So we need to think how we're best going to manage it in the future. So Scott's saying about the hot crusty pastry that makes a good pork pie. If you eat it, it ruins the structure. Wow. Yes, maybe that. Let's have a look. I've got any more questions on where we've gone? Where have we time?
Yes, and the football started. Dave Webb hasn't been in here saying 20 minutes to kick off.
Hi, everyone. Hit the like button before you leave. And Diane's here. Yay! Diane, you and who we met on Nordam. She's a lovely lady and husband who was very naughty, actually. Very naughty. We had a lot of fun. So let's see if we've got any more questions. Have we got anything else? People talking about things. Did you do your?
Oh,
Did you do
no,
your
I
Sky?
saw that. Oh, no, I
I
don't
don't.
like.
Is there any scores?
No, I don't know, but
No.
yeah,
Okay.
I think
Okay.
that's.
No score. Let me look away. Let me just see if there's any more questions before you go. Paulie's looking away. A virtual garden. Lindsay's saying, David Prost, you can look now, Paulie, you're all right. David Prost was originally a bodybuilder. His first film appearance was in Clockwork Orange.
Which had Warren what's his face in, who was in. I never knew why it was called that. D. Allen. I'm going to end this with like a bit more info. I believe it was called D. Allen Pascoe, but it was spelled Dalziel, and he was in that. And apparently they're remaking it, but with two ladies, and one of the ladies is Kelly Godlyman, who's in. You know who it is? Who's in Whitstable Pearl.
Oh,
and apparently doing a new D. Allen Pascoe, but with two ladies instead of the two members. I think it was Warren Clark, his name, but Warren something, but he was in A Clockwork Orange as well.
Jennifer saying, how has Cruise by Antarctica origin? They do, and that's what we've been looking at. Nick saying, does he change his name to No Jelly Nick? Brilliant. So we'll finish on that note. So thanks. Thanks everyone for joining us as always. It's always a pleasure. We talk about such random stuff, don't we? But hopefully there's some snippets of useful cruise and travel knowledge in there.
We
did.
And what's it worth then, Joe?
And also, obviously, we're going on another very exciting cruise in 2027. So that's pretty awesome. So cheers all, and we will see you. Is it the same time next week, isn't it, Paulie? I don't think we're doing. Let me just double check.
I don't think so.
No. So next Tuesday. Looks like it's next Tuesday. So we'll see you here at the same time, same place, and we look forward to chatting again. Right. Cheers all. Then we'll see you soon.